earlier I got news, okay, from the bodybuilding community, okay? And we're talking about this a little bit right now, and I want to kind of come to you because, and, you know, Caroline's like, you know, I think it's a good idea you come out and come talk to Phil. I was on a Zoom with the board and all this other stuff, so I step out, and Phil and I, we have a conversation together. And a George Peterson, 37 years old, who was competing for, I believe, the 212 Mr. Olympia class. Yeah. Today, news comes out. He's supposed to compete this weekend. He's in Orlando. He posted a story just 12 hours ago, and he posted something on Instagram just a day ago that he's eating the meal. In his room, they find him dead. And a lot of different stories came back, and this is from Evolution of Bodybuilding, the story I was reading about that was shared with me. But, you know, there's a lot of things that's going on right now. Phil, you're in this world. I'm not in this world. If you don't mind sharing, that's George Peterson at 37 years old.
What happened? Just a beautiful physique and a really, really good man. And my heart goes out to him. His family, his sister, his mother. It's tough. Like when I found out, you know, I was very upset. I'm still upset. This one hurts pretty hard because, you know, when you go on tour together and, you know, you travel the world, you do the expos, you do all those things, you get to know each other a little bit, you know, different than just hitting each other up on social media. You get to see that smile was real. Always smiling when he was talking and stuff. And I mean, this is, I mean, look at this physique. Just incredible. It is beautiful. And he worked so hard. And we don't know the cause of it, so I'm not going to speculate. I just want to celebrate his life, and as a human being, I mean, he was just a really good person. And you know, going into this weekend, it's you know, I'm not going to be attending. You know, I just want everyone that is attending to celebrate George. You know, the bodybuilding community is actually really strong, and they're very resilient when things like this happen. Unfortunately, they do happen, and we've had a lot of death within our industry over the past 18 months.
Is it more than usual, Phil?
I would say so. You know, there was a couple guys, you know, a couple suicides, you know, and obviously during COVID and stuff like that, you know, people weren't able to go to the gym, and that was like their, you know, their thing.
Escape.
Their escape. Exactly. What bothered me the most, and Gerard was able to, you know, allow me to have some time to chat about it, was he was by himself. And that's what I'm having a hard time with, because, you know, during the week of the Olympia, guys, I mean, we are, you know, very, very lean. And, you know, we do things, you know, to try to get rid of water and stuff like that. And, you know, we do a lot. You know, we're just exhausted. Guys, we're exhausted. And the biggest thing that I always tried to maintain was, you know, a core nucleus of friends and people. You know, my trainer, Hani Rambod, is actually, you know, the coach of Hadi Chopin and a few other guys that are getting ready for the show. Hani was always with me, no matter what. He would watch me. He would watch me eat. He watched me pose. He just didn't leave my side. Just in case if something went wrong, like in 2009, not just trying to make it about myself, I had food poisoning, he was there. When the EMT showed up, he was there. He didn't leave. So, you know I don't want to call out his trainer or anything like that. I just, to be honest, to be selfish, I want to know what happened. Yeah. You know, I just want to know what happened, and I hope that the truth comes out.
Is protocol for somebody to always be with the person that's competing, like especially at this level, Mr. Olympia?
In his situation, what people don't recognize, and I didn't preface this, is that, you know, George used to compete in Classic, and then he moved up to 212. And in 212, just so everybody knows, 212 is 212 pounds. So he, you know, you're normally starting off, let's just say you start off at 245 pounds, you're dieting down, and, you know, you compete, you know, and this is like a heavyweight boxer or boxer, you know, they got to weigh in and stuff. UFC guys, they got to weigh in. Yeah. What I was told is that, you know, he was, you know, basically he was already at the top of his weight division, and it was already going to be difficult. But, you know, I heard that he was a little bit too big. And when I say too big, like, you know, the guy was, he maybe could have competed in open, you know, because maybe his body just wanted to be bigger, I guess. You know, and when I say bigger, it's not like a
225, 230.
Yeah. Well, maybe he would be, you know, better at that. But the fact is that when you try to suck down, just like like in wrestling or something like that in high school, whatever, you know, you're trying to make weight. And like without heavily speculating, I just feel like, when you're trying to make weight, it becomes very difficult. You could be wearing a sauna suit, you could be doing all these other things, and you're already exhausted. So, when the news comes out, hopefully we actually get the truth. I think when I say the truth, I want to know, because it's imperative that we understand as athletes, because we are elite, like we're at the top. But I don't know how to address like what happened without knowing what happened.
Just out of curiosity, let me speculate out of curiosity. Back in the days, I remember diuretics was a big deal. I remember like one time something happened to Paul Dillette. You remember the whole thing when he locked up and they were talking about, all this stuff. And Sean Ray had an incident. We even talked about it on the program, I think, where he won the classic and then it was given away. I don't know what happened. Something happened with that one contest.
They were checking for diuretic usage, and I believe that he, tested positive. So they
what
had
is
to
a
give,
diuretic, guys?
Basically it's heart blood pressure meds. It helps, get rid of water, essentially.
It sucks everything out of your body.
So you've already got like, no fat left. You hope that you do.
Okay.
And then if you have like a little bit of film of water and stuff, just to get, everything dried out.
So you're drying your body
out. And you can, to be quite honest, you can push it. And, look, like this is F1, this isn't, like you guys can understand what I'm saying.
Of course. Yeah.
But
was it illegal that became legal? Was it something that was frowned upon that Mr. Olympia started saying it's okay if you take it now? Like they don't test for it anymore?
There's random, it's random.
Yeah. Got it.
So, he wasn't.
And this is not to say that he was all.
Exactly. But I'm just going to lean on the fact that, he was by himself, and I just wish that he wasn't. And I couldn't, and I'm not going to point blame at the trainer. I'm just saying, like I just know, like from my experience, I always had someone with me, whether it be my trainer or my girl, someone, because I just feel like it's very important to monitor anything, like just to keep your mind, because when I get ready for the Olympia, I'm so dehydrated for like 3 days that my mind, like I can't process thoughts. So I just need someone to kind of like keep my mind off.
What would your message be if you could convey anything to the participants this weekend?
Especially I'm going to speak to the 212 guys. Mm-hmm. You're going to go up there and you're going to give it everything you got, but you're going to remind yourself that George is not there, and you're going to pose for him. And in the event that you guys can come together and create some type of message to support one another, you do it. And moving forward, we just have to, we're going to always compete at a very high level, but we got to remind ourselves that we're not promised anything. And just celebrate his life, because we all got the pictures and stuff. I don't know what to post. Yeah. I don't know what to say. But all I know is that, like, he's passed on, and I'm sad. Mm-hmm. And my heart goes out to his family. He has a ton of friends in our industry. He was just the nicest guy,